Welcome to the Explainer. Today, we are diving into a massive Premier League clash, Newcastle United versus West Ham. To truly do this tactical matchup justice, I'm going to be splitting my brain into two elite personas today. First, we've got Analyst A, the pure data modeler, crunching expected goals and win probabilities. And second, we've got Analyst B, the tactical shape expert, obsessed with low blocks, overloads, and pressing triggers. Let's get right into the duel.
Analyst A is stepping up first to establish the stakes, and the numbers here are stark. 46 points plays 36 points. For Newcastle, sitting comfortably on 46, it's all about mid-table pride at St. James Park. But for West Ham down at 36, this is pure, unadulterated relegation survival desperation. The pressure pressing down on the Hammers right now is immense, and our models show that kind of absolute desperation can completely skew a match's trajectory.
Switching to Analyst B, let's look at recent form, because tactically, both of these squads are struggling, just in wildly different ways. Newcastle has racked up 61 shots in their last 5 matches, but they only have 6 goals to show for it. They're generating incredible volume, but the finishing? Highly inconsistent. Meanwhile, West Ham's attacking momentum has literally evaporated when they need it most. 0 goals scored, and 4 conceded in their last 2 outings. It's a rough patch for sure.
All right, rapid-fire probability time with Analyst A. When we feed recent form, table position, home advantage, and goal difference into our market-style models, Newcastle emerges as the heavy home favorite. We're looking at a 53% probability for a Newcastle win. The draw is sitting right at 23%, and a West Ham away upset, that's hovering at just 24%.
Diving even deeper into the data flex, check out the expected goals, or XG. Newcastle is sitting on a very healthy 1.75 projection compared to West Ham's 1.15. Mathematically speaking, the models tell us a 2-1 Newcastle victory is the absolute most likely outcome today. But, football is never played on a spreadsheet.
Section 1, the tactical clash. We're looking at a 4-3-3 front foot press going head-to-head with a 4-2-3-1 low block.
Analyst B taking the reins here. West Ham is going to set up in a very compact mid to low block. They are going to pack that defense deep to protect the central spaces and absorb pressure. Their entire game plan relies on finding direct transition outlets. They want to use the blistering pace of Jared Bowen and Crescencio Somerville to spring rapid counterattacks. And definitely keep an eye on Tomasz Suchek. He's going to be hunting for set pieces and second balls all afternoon trying to manufacture chances.
But every tactical setup has a vulnerability, right? For Newcastle, they have a massive structural weakness today. Because of a severe injury crisis, they are completely missing Fabian Schär and Valentino Livramento. Their right defensive flank is absolutely decimated. This fundamentally breaks their ability to maintain secure defensive transitions, and it provides the exact pressing triggers and open space that West Ham's left-wing outlets need to exploit.
Back to Analyst A. Despite those glaring injuries, the data screams that Newcastle's 4-3-3 plan remains hyper-aggressive. They're going to apply intense front foot pressure, utilizing wide runners to mercilessly attack West Ham's fullbacks. Because of those injuries on the right, guys like Kieran Trippier and Dan Burn are going to be absolutely crucial in the build-up play and in managing those aggressive counter-pressing moments.
Moving into Section 2, Fantasy and XG Anchors, it is time to break down the vertical battle.
This vertical battle, right in the middle of the pitch, is literally the tactical key to the match. On one side, you've got Bruno Guimaraes dominating the central half spaces, those killer channels right between the wing and the center. He's Newcastle's all-phase tempo setter, leading them in goals and assists in the available metrics. On the flip side, Jared Bowen. He is West Ham's absolute lethal transition threat and their main man for goals and assists. It's Bruno's progressive carries squaring off against Bowen's blistering counter-attacking speed. Let's drop some Goalscorer radar probabilities. Anthony Gordon is sitting pretty with a 28% scoring probability as a high-volume wide attacker. Jared Bowen is right on his heels at 24% as that main transition threat. And don't count out Harvey Barnes. He holds a solid 21% chance because of how effectively he attacks that far post zone. Newcastle's model edge makes their wide attackers mathematically super attractive today.
And check this number out, 30 to 34%. That is the massive scoring probability projected for Newcastle's central striker. Now, this fluctuates depending on who starts. If Alexander Isak leads the line, his elite finishing and penalty box volume push this probability right to the top end. If Will Ozil starts, the model shifts. The probability stays high, but it becomes way more about sheer volume of chances rather than clinical finishing.
Section 3. Discipline and final verdict. Let's identify the pressure points.
Analyst B here, mapping out the specific zones where tactical fouls and overloads are pretty much guaranteed to happen. Tomasz Soucek carries a medium-high card risk because of constant aerial contests and defensive recovery fouls. Aaron Wan-Bissaka is at a medium risk dealing with intense 1v1s against Newcastle's left-side runners. For Newcastle, Dan Burn faces a massive physical matchup risk against quick transitions, and Bruno Guimaraes will inevitably have to make tactical fouls in midfield to break up counters. Analyst A, confirming the discipline models. We're projecting 3 to 5 total cards today, heavily concentrated in West Ham's defensive midfield and fullback areas. To put that in perspective, the referee likely taking charge, Sam Barrett, averages around 3.6 to 3.8 yellow cards per match, so that perfectly aligns with our mathematical projections.
So, what does this all mean? Synthesizing the raw data and the tactical context. Statistically, Newcastle definitely holds the stronger home profile, and our models lean toward a 2-1 result. But West Ham's survival pressure makes this a profoundly dangerous match. You have the clean data advantage on one side and the unpredictable, chaotic energy of a relegation dogfight on the other. Expect fast transitions, high set-piece tension, and a very strong chance of both teams finding the back of the net. Remember, this is probability analysis, not direct gambling advice.
So I leave you with this. With St. James Park absolutely roaring and Premier League survival on the line for the visitors, which tactical block will ultimately crack first? Will Newcastle's depleted right flank succumb to the counter, or will West Ham's low block finally buckle under the relentless pressure? Thanks for checking out this explainer, and we'll catch you next time.